hate to jinx myself, but I think it's working good now. I think I just had a bad cell connection. I rebooted it 2 or 3 times, and I finally got pretty good signal. So far, so good. I'm gonna have to run to the house and grab my charging cord for my cell phone. My cell phone is about to go dead on me. Everything else is charged up to the max, but my cell phone is about dead. All right. Looks like it's working pretty good now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to teach myself what signal from the cell site is good for this streaming. If it's below a certain level, it seems to buffer a lot, so got to keep an eye on that. Now that I got a good connection, as long as it doesn't mess up, I'm gonna leave it like it is. I'm gonna have to, like I said, get run by the house real quick. Looks like the cameras are fairly stable. I don't see much shaking around at all. That's what I was looking for. I don't want to try to do a stream in the vehicle if it's going to be all shaky. A lot of people do streaming from their vehicles, but they use their smartphones to do it. And I don't want to use a smartphone. I want to have 3 cameras available. You can't do a 3-camera stream in a vehicle with an iPhone. So far, it looks good. Looks like my rooftop camera may be tilted one direction. I need to level that out a little bit. I'm remember that when this intersection used to be 2-lane blacktop. Now it's like 8 lanes. It's huge. Yeah, I guess what I need to do from now on, before I go live, I need to make sure I've got a really good internet connection. Nothing worse than trying to do a stream and it's intermittent and keeps buffering. Run by the house here real quick and grab my charging cord. This setup would be great when I do road trips. It's mainly what I want to do it for. Get a couple of more magnet mounts, put them on the roof. For like Halloween, I can have 3 different angles from the rooftop. Check out the kids trick-or-treating, or for any event, actually. You know, it's good to have 3 cameras on the roof. I'm going camera crazy. I've got so many cameras right now. At the house now. Be back in just a second. Just gonna run in and grab my charging cord. back on the road again. Got my cell phone charging. I think I might run down and get something to eat. I hate this street. It's so narrow. When people park their vehicles on the street, it makes it even more narrow. That magnetic roof mount works pretty well. It's pretty strong. It takes about 60 pounds of pressure to pull it off. I'm still going to put a tether on that thing. I don't want it blowing off, being knocked off from, hitting a bump or something. Pretty busy out tonight. A lot of cars out. Saturday night. everybody's talking in the chat. I see that at least four people are watching. Looks like I have a really good internet connection now. I don't think I've seen it buffer once. Maybe I'll take a trip to downtown Dallas tomorrow and drive through the triple underpass or something. Something interesting. Yeah, let me have a junior bacon cheeseburger. That's all. That's it. I don't know what it is about this Jack in the Box. They can seem like they never understand what I'm saying. I think there's a language barrier. I mean, who else, you know? This place isn't very friendly either. They never say thank you or anything. They don't say kiss my ass. They just take my money and give me my food. They don't say a word to me. Hey, Phil and Colleen. How you feeling, Phil? Hope you're taking it easy. I'm just out testing my equipment. We got a 3-camera setup here inside the vehicle. All wireless. Had some issues earlier. My internet was terrible. My 5G hotspot wasn't working right. Finally got it where it looks pretty decent now. Let's see if he says thank you to me. Of course he doesn't say thank you. I'll tell you what, he's a bunch of jerks that work at this Jack in the Box. Why would a 16-year-old say thank you to an old man? Because, you know, they know it all. Yeah, I'm just cruising around, testing the equipment out. Drive through Walmart here, see if any action going on over here. I feel like I'm on patrol, like I used to do. There's always something happening at Walmart. While I'm over here, I think I'm going to adjust my rooftop camera. Looks a little cockeyed. Not much, but wait, I'm hearing sirens. Yeah, I looked at the schedule and nobody on the Citizen Patrol is patrolling tonight, or I would have hooked up with them. Oh, there goes the sirens are up on the freeway. I'm gonna adjust my rooftop camera so you might see some movement. Well, wrong way. Still a little cockeyed. Yeah, that's better. Hey, Steve. Just out testing my new equipment here. I wonder if I should adjust that where you can't see the hood at all. But when you see the hood, you can... Yeah, I'm going to adjust that up a little bit. Okay, that's just going to have to do. Need to get a mount for my tablet too. I just got it up here on the console. Well, you went to Jack in the Box earlier. What'd you get? I normally get 2 tacos with my burger, but it's hard to eat those tacos while you're driving. Yeah, I found out earlier. The guy didn't even give me any napkins. What a jerk. I guess because I don't speak his language, he doesn't give me good service. Well, now, Steve, the Colony isn't really a suburb of Dallas. We're in a totally the Colony is in Denton County, which is north of Dallas County. The county just north. We're about 20 miles north of Dallas. I wouldn't live in Dallas if you paid me. Oh, so you went to Jack in the Box now and they gave you one napkin. I guess there's a paper shortage. Must be a problem in the supply line. Oh, that camera still looks a little crooked. It's hard to adjust it, because if I loosen it too much, it goes all wonky on me. So I'm trying to adjust it while it's still tight. I guess I'll use my pants as a napkin. Of course, they put too much sauce on this burger. It's dripping everywhere. I think I'll run over to Grandscape, see what's going on over there. Probably got a concert going on at Lava Cantina. And of course, we've always got the Ferris wheel to look at. They've also got the Jurassic World exhibition over there. I'm not much into Jurassic Park, but it's a huge setup they've got. They got like life-size dinosaurs in there, and kids seem to love the place. Might have to take the grandkids over there one day. I've been pretty busy this week. There goes another emergency vehicle on the highway. You know, that last big storm we had that came through a couple of weeks ago ripped the tarp up on my gazebo. It was all shredded. And luckily, I had ordered a new canopy top back in July. And because of the supply chain, they said, well, it's going to be delayed. It'll be delivered in August. Well, August and September came and went, and still no tarp. But luckily, 2 days after my tarp got all ripped up, it arrived. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, I gave up on them. And I said, well, I'm just going to cancel that order and order one from Amazon. So I ordered one from Amazon. Then I go to my original order to cancel it, and they said it's already been shipped. So I've got I've got a spare canopy now, which is good because my gazebo is they no longer make it, so it's hard to get parts for it. And so I've got a brand new tarp, brand new mosquito netting. Put new hangers on it, so that, plus I power wash the deck, so my gazebo looks brand new now. And I also put new rope lighting up. And something Robin always liked was Christmas lights, white Christmas lights. And those were kind of burned out, so I replaced those, so she'd be real happy with it. All right, I'm gonna head over to Grandscape here and see what's going on. Oh, Steve, you went to aircraft maintenance school in Wichita Falls? What is that? Is that Shepherd Air Force Base up there? I think that's the name of it, Shepherd Air Force Base. My dad was in the Air Force. He was stationed at Roswell, first he was stationed at Lackland to go to basic. Then he went to Champaign, Illinois, Rantoul. That's where I was born. And he got transferred to Roswell. Then he got transferred to Offutt Air Base, SAC headquarters in Omaha. All right, let me get out of this parking lot. I'm surprised how quiet it is. Usually something's going on up here at Walmart, but Grandscape is where all the drunks go. They got all those bars over there, and when I was on Citizen Patrol, I can't tell you how many cars I impounded over there at Grandscape. Cops would arrest somebody for DWI, then I'd have to come in and impound their vehicles. One time I had to impound the vehicle of a stripper. Her trunk was full of lingerie. And she had a sheepdog puppy in there that we had to find something to do with. And we also found $600 that we had to turn in. You find all sorts of stuff in people's cars when you impound them. You know, Shepherd Air Force Base, that's where all the POWs landed when they came back from Vietnam. When they released the POWs, they all went to Shepherd Air Force Base. I remember watching that live on TV. Okay, I'm going to go down Memorial Drive here to South Colony, then head south to Grandscape. How long were you in the Air Force, Steve? I was in the Navy back in the mid-70s for 3 years. Then my son joined the Navy in 2006, and he was in for 6 years. And he wanted to make a career out of it, but Obama, you know, cut the defense budget and all that, and a lot of people had to leave the military then. Yeah, he was really disappointed that he couldn't make a career out of it, but what can you do? I was glad to get my 3 years over with. I was tired of seeing the ocean. Now my son, he was stationed in Japan for 3 years. And he got shore duty in Washington, D.C. and then Denver. He worked for Naval Intelligence. I think it was Naval Intelligence. He knew a lot of top secret stuff. Because of his top secret clearance, that's how he got his job that he's working at now. Making pretty good money. You were in for 4 years. Did you have to do any active reserve, or was it inactive reserve? I know once I got out, I wanted to make sure that I was done. I didn't have to go to any reserve, so they don't have this plan anymore. But when I was in, it was 3 years. Yet you were obligated for 6 years. I did 3 active and then 3 inactive, and then they did away with that plan. You had to do at least 4 active. In fact, with the 3-year plan, they called that the kiddie cruise. I said, well, I don't want to be obligated for 4 years active if I'm not going to like it. If I like it, I'll re-enlist. And I almost re-enlisted. They were going to give me $6,000 to re-enlist. That was pretty good money back in '77. But I said, nah, I can make more money on the outside than in the military. But the military's got the excellent benefits once you retire. Whoa, that's a big bump. still on top. That's good. Steve, you must be older like me. I'm a Vietnam veteran as well. Yeah, the Vietnam vets are getting old. I'm about as young as you can be and be a Vietnam vet. And I'm 64. If you're 63 or younger, I don't think you're able to be a Vietnam vet. You'd be too young. Alright, there's the Ferris wheel straight ahead. You were in at 72 through 76. I was 74 through 77, so we were actually in the military at the same time. I was stationed in Guam for a year and a half, working on the dry docks. And I was also on 2 different destroyers as well. So 3 years, 3 different commands. The last ship I was on was USS Turner Joy. Fired the first naval shot of the Vietnam War in '64 during the Gulf of Tonkin incident. And then in '73, when they had to cease fire, Turner Joy fired the last naval shot. They said they're actually on the fantail of the ship with a watch. And at the last second, they fired the very last shot. And that ship is a Navy museum now up in Bremerton, Washington. Oh yeah, I want to go this way. Boy, this bridge is so wonky. It's not your normal bridge called a diamond type bridge. The traffic crosses each other. Well, there's a good shot of the Ferris wheel. I'm gonna have to... I haven't been inside there yet, but I heard it's pretty cool. Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. Yep, been there a few times. In fact, when we landed in Guam, of course, it's Anderson Air Force Base, and the moment they opened up those doors and that humidity and the mugginess hit me, I went, oh my God, what did I get myself into? But you learn to live with it. One of the things we learned was don't wear underwear. When you wear underwear, it holds the moisture against your body and you get this thing called Guam rot. It's nasty. So we all had to go commando. And of course, one of the first things everybody does, they got to climb a coconut tree and cut down a coconut. Yeah, the Navy station is about midway down the island. In May of '76, we got hit with a super typhoon. We had sustained winds of 165, I think it was, or 170, with gusts to over 200 miles an hour. I was, 18 years old at the time, and I thought it'd be cool to go topside during the height of the storm, which I did. I got some movies of that. Oh, you're 69 years old? Okay, well, I'm 64. So you were drafted? Or did you volunteer? Because when I joined up, they had just stopped the draft about a year or so before. And I was one of the first wave of, the all-volunteer military. Yep, this place is busy tonight. Off to my left, where you see that big A, that I'm right in front of the Andretti indoor go-karting. Yeah, this place is busy tonight. Bumper to bumper traffic over here. Straight ahead, off to the left, is the Jurassic World exhibition. I'm not sure what it costs to go in that thing, but I know the Ferris wheel can be expensive. Since the very first day they opened the Ferris wheel, me and my daughters were the first ones to ride it, very first ride. In fact, we were the very first ones in the VIP gondola. I always say that wrong. And it was like $54 a piece to ride that Ferris wheel. But you're in the VIP gondola. It's got music piped in. It's got, you can have drinks on board. You've got a glass bottom floor. And you got Ferrari leather seats. Now, there's like 42 gondolas on that thing. And the other 41 are just, you know, gondolas, nothing fancy about it. I think it's like 15 bucks to ride it. And it lasts for about 15 minutes maybe. Yeah, there's the Ferris wheel off to the left. And I don't know if you can read the Jurassic World sign there. You got a huge LED billboard there, about 30 feet tall and about 15 feet wide. It's really bright. The sheriff's department out here, Denton County. I'll go open the parking lot here as we get a better shot of the Ferris wheel. Yeah, straight ahead is Nebraska Furniture Mart, which is the world's largest furniture store. We also got the world's largest sporting goods store out here too. And that Ferris wheel is the second tallest Ferris wheel in Texas, 180 feet tall. God, there's so much traffic out here. You know, I remember just a few years ago, this was all cotton fields. Wow, the moon's rising. I don't know if you can see that off of the distance. The moon's pretty big tonight. This guy's just gonna stop. I don't know what he's waiting on. Okay, here's a good view of that billboard sign and the Ferris wheel. The only bad thing about a city growing like we have out here is the crime rate goes up. And it's normally not the residents of the city causing the crime, it's the outsider people coming into the town. I never went to Midway. I was on the USS Midway for 2 weeks, but I've never been to the island Midway. It's mostly Navy there in Midway. Same way with Wake Island. You should have made this parking lot bigger. comes all the pedestrians. And I don't see anybody wearing masks either. But from what I understand, I guess the COVID infection rate is going down. Oh, there's a guy with a mask. But the infection rate has dropped below. I mean, it's dropped before, and now here we are. It looks like a roller coaster. It drops and it comes back up, then it drops, comes back up. So I'm vaccinated, and I usually wear a mask when I go to the grocery store. So, you know, with 8 heart attacks under my belt, I'm not going to risk it. All right, get out. Yeah, now my son, when he was in the Navy, he visited a lot of ports. He went to a lot of ports over there. He went, in fact, he actually went to Russia. First Navy ship to go to Russia, and I forgot how many decades. He didn't like Russia. He said it was too dirty and just, it was like a black and white photo. Nothing, it wasn't colorful or anything. It was just a nasty, dirty place. But he did meet up with a Russian soldier or a Russian sailor, and they exchanged liquor flask. And when he got back home, he gave me the flask, and it still had vodka in it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is Nebraska Furniture Mart here. I'm really glad my internet connection's working good. Earlier tonight, it was terrible. Kept buffering on me. And let me go out this way. And we'll come over here to Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley's Rockin' Brews. See what's going on over there. Rocket Brews straight ahead. Goes to the parking lot here. Yeah, they're packed. So is Heart 8 Barbecue. And Cigars International. I can't believe it, how many people come here. I remember years ago, the only thing in the colony was a stop and go. That was it. There was nothing else but a stop and go. If you wanted to buy booze, you had to go north. If you wanted to buy groceries, you had to buy it before you came out to the city. Here's the front of Rockin' Brews. You got Alice Cooper's Poison Burger. Very first meal I ever ate at Rockin' Brews was served to me by Gene Simmons, believe it or not. He was out here for the official groundbreaking, although the restaurant was already under construction, but they came out here, did a groundbreaking, and when he got through making all of his little speeches and everything, he jumped the rope, came over to where all of us regular people were, you know, the non-media people, and he started handing out plates of food. Yeah, I've met Gene Simmons several times met Paul Stanley once. I actually hired Ace Frehley for Ride for Dime in 2009. And the only original KISS member I've never met is Peter Criss, the cat. Yeah, I didn't mind traveling much either when I was in the Navy. To me, it was just out on the ocean all the time. I got really sick of that, you know. At least when you're in the Air Force, you know, you can fly someplace pretty quick, but in the Navy, spend weeks out at sea, seeing nothing but water and sky. Here's our barbecue. South, it blows it across the highway into the residential neighborhood. And initially, people still complain about it, but nobody really understood. Well, what are you talking about, man? You know, that'd be great to smell barbecue all the time. Yeah, unless you live there, and that's all you smell all the time, 24/7. What can you do with the smoke? Dude, stop. Dude, damn drunks. Come flying up the intersection. I swear, on a Friday and Saturday night, I would say 10% of the traffic out here are drunks. And that's not a guesstimate. You know, it's pretty much, I learned that when I was on Citizen Patrol. And I learned to spot drunk driving. Yeah, that was our entertainment district of the colony. But most of the colony is just residential. Of course, my sister moved out here in 1975 when the city was first established. And back then, I don't know, what 7 or 8 streets? And I moved out here in June of '81. Been here ever since. So I've been out here over 40 years now. And over here to the left, coming up, is our Top Golf. That draws a lot of people as well. Hey, Phil, Colleen, are y'all still out there? Turning into the Top Golf here. Where's the damn driveway? Oh, it's so dark. Need to put a light up. Yeah, Phil, when do you think you can have visitors? I know you're recuperating from surgery. I don't want to rush anything, but just let me know when you feel better and I'll swing by and go out and have something to eat or something. Here's the front of Top Golf. It's ironic that, I worked for a GPS golf company for 4 years, and I don't play golf. And a lot of guys that worked there, that was the only reason they wanted to work there, because you get to play golf a lot. And they said, well, it's part of the benefits. Well, it's a benefit if you play golf. I'm not a non-golfer, and some of those golfers drove me crazy. I remember going out to a golf course out in Lubbock, 50-mile-an-hour winds out there and dust blowing everywhere, and these guys are out there playing golf. I'm thinking either they're very dedicated to their sport or they're very stupid. 4 years ago, we had an active shooter out here in the colony, and I was on patrol, and a big chunk of our cops and my volunteers were up in Denton going through active shooter training, ironically. And right in this hotel here, right there straight ahead, it was the ground floor just to the right of the front door. The guy was in that room, shooting through the window, shooting down the hallways. Bullet holes off to the left into the building behind us here. And one of the officers inside radioed they needed help. They needed somebody to block the driveway to keep the guests from driving into a shooting situation. So since I was the only one around, I drove my squad car over here and blocked the driveway. Right over in this area here. Well, it was scary. I was still close enough I could hear the gunshots going off, so I blocked the driveway, got out of the vehicle, and was hiding behind the vehicle. Didn't want to get hit with a stray bullet or anything. And actually got a commendation from the chief of police for that. I've been shot once. Didn't want to get shot twice, but it was kind of exciting. Yeah, Phil, tomorrow would be good. I got nothing planned for tomorrow. I'm just glad you didn't have to spend any more time in that hospital than you had to. Hospitals make my skin crawl for obvious reasons. Yeah, this is, let me turn the camera a little bit. That's what it looks like with no lights on. Turn the dome light on, it lights me up pretty good. And you can see the passenger side too. I got a friend of mine, I haven't seen him in about 20 years. And saw he was live on Facebook today. So I got on there and started chatting with him. But I knew him, he was a skinny little kid. Well, that's like 20 years ago. Well, since then he got into wrestling. Not wrestling itself, but as a manager. And he's got kind of a big name in wrestling now. He's like the bad guy manager. He manages the bad guys. Everybody hates this guy. They boo and hiss when he walks in the ring. And so I chatted with him online today, and he agreed to do an interview with me. So I think what I want to do from now on, instead of doing interview shows at home, I'm going to put them in the vehicle. We're just going to drive around and do interviews in the vehicle. Something different. everybody does the shows at home, you know, with guests, and they split the screen and all that. I thought, how cool would it be just to drive around? Yeah, the colony's really grown. We were, geez, I mean, we started off with nothing, and we're about up to 46,000 now. But it won't grow much more than that because there's no more land. We've built just about everything. The colony's pretty much totally built. There's no more land available. Our problem is they're building north of here. And to get the main freeways and everything, you have to go through the colony. So that's where a lot of our crime and, you know, traffic violations, they all come from the people that live north of here. It's not really the residents here, it's the people that pass through. We're in a pretty good spot because we have Louisville Lake, just, you know, we border Louisville Lake. Plano, Texas, and Frisco border us as well. The Cowboys training facility, which is brand new, about 5 miles from my house away. So everything is built up. I mean, everybody from the country is moving to our area. We're one of the fastest growing areas in the country. We've got a lot of firsts. I mean, like I said, we got the world's largest furniture store here. We're the world's largest sporting goods store. Inside that sporting goods store, they've got a Ferris wheel inside the store. Plus, we got the big Ferris wheel, 180-foot Ferris wheel outside. What else we got out here? Cowboys are nearby. We got a lake nearby that draws a lot of people. But all these roads out here used to be, you know, 2-lane blacktops. That was it. Now we got a super highway that comes through here. And Phil, I don't know if you remember, but, you know, we had a McDonald's out here. Of course, that McDonald's moved, left an empty building, and here we are right here. These people came in and redid it. It's a Mexican meat market. Just gonna get a view of the front here. Yeah, but this used to be McDonald's here. I have to go in there sometime. But all they sell is Mexican stuff. And the chicken place that used to be next door is now Shipley's Donuts. But one thing out here in the colony, if you got a restaurant on Main Street, it normally doesn't survive. I don't know why. Oh, and straight ahead, where you see that red and blue sign, that used to be the Stop and Go. That was the Stop and Go. That was the only retail store in the colony. And everybody shopped there. Now it's Puff and Stuff Smokes. It's a head shop. Here's something you would recognize, Phil and Colleen. Your favorite Mexican restaurant. Angelina's. Of course, you don't eat at this one. I know you got the one in Louisville. But I think the girl that started, I think Angelina, the one that started this, actually lives in a colony. I think they've got, what, 3 locations now? And you got Lakeview Steakhouse, which is under new ownership now, and it won't open till the 1st of the year. Don't know if I'll try that out or not. They've had bad luck. Oh yeah, I definitely remember Larry Cole. That's for sure. Oh, you did curbside Angelina's last night? Yeah, that's something else. Talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Since their training facility, you know, is within 5 miles of here, we got a lot of the Cowboys that live in our area. Dak Prescott, I don't know, lives probably about 3 miles from me. Totally different neighborhood, though, that's for sure. Here's a better view of Angelina's. People standing out in the middle of the road. Yeah, I went to high school with one of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, a girl named Lauren Moss. Of course, she's probably like 63 years old now. But she was hot in high school. You know, and Robin would keep asking me, how are the Cowboys doing? I go, oh, don't even ask. Because, you know, she couldn't really watch TV or understand what was going on. But this year, I'm watching all the games, and they're freaking me out by being so good. Last week's game, oh my God, in overtime? Jeez. Then that other game, they went at the last second with a field goal. So I think the Cowboys are going to do pretty well this year. I'm going to make one more round by the high school and head on home. One thing I got to get set up in this vehicle too, I need to put a inverter in the truck so I can keep all my cameras charged and everything, my tablet and phone. And right now I'm just charging them at the house and putting them in the car. If I take a long road trip, you know, they'd be dead. Well, the cameras will last for like 6 hours. And I'm in the process, I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be heading down to, well, mainly here in North Texas, but in different areas in North Texas, you know, where 1967 they filmed the Bonnie and Clyde movie here in North Texas, most of it. And I know where all the locations are, the different banks. I already went to one of their banks that they filmed at. Of course, the movie is totally different than the real life Bonnie and Clyde. So I'm going to do a video about the film locations for Bonnie and Clyde. Then I'm going to do another video about the real Bonnie and Clyde, the real places they lived, real banks that they robbed. Here's the high school parking lot. Of course, Bonnie and Clyde, Buck Barrow, and his wife, they're all buried here in Dallas, not too far from here. I think Bonnie is buried Northwest Highway and Webb Chapel, I believe, right in that area. Oh, Dak is injured? I saw he had a foot thing on the other day. I guess he hurt it right at the end of the game. I didn't know how serious it was. So is he going to be out for this game, or is he questionable? I'm not even sure who our backup quarterback is or how good he is. But Dak has been doing really well. You know, is that the same ankle he hurt last year? The one he broke? Yeah, this is the high school where my 2 kids went and graduated from. The backside of it. Wow, you can see the Ferris wheel from here. Way off in the distance. See if I can get a good shot of that Ferris wheel from here. I'm gonna try something. Yeah, straight across from here is 5 Star Park. That's where we have a lot of events. Veterans Day celebration, 4th of July, fireworks. Okay, I'm gonna park right here for a second. Show you another thing I've got on this camera here. No, you probably can't see it, but if I go in here, well, the resolution isn't all that great, but there I can zoom in on it. You can see it dead center there. So I can manually zoom these cameras from my tablet. And go back, and I can say, oh, go back to normal. There we go. That's back to normal. And this entire system is wireless. No wires whatsoever. It's all done on Wi-Fi and 5G hotspot. Because I didn't want to have to wire these things in like the old days. Oh. I thought I heard my own voice. My Bluetooth is connected to my stereo and it's kind of turned up. I thought I was hearing a voice. It was me. Yeah, you can kind of see my tablet over here, just under the, on the dash, I mean on the console, underneath the stereo. Yeah, I don't like driving around with the dome light on, so I won't do, hopefully won't be doing a whole lot of nighttime stuff. Well, I'm going to head back to the house. I'm going to leave this going until I get to the house. So, and the cool thing about it, what I'm doing right now is being broadcast live. It's live streaming. It's also recording it on the tablet. And each camera has its own individual SD card. So each camera is recording what it's seeing. So I can take all 3 of these SD cards, put them in my computer, download them, put them in my editing, and create my own videos, you know, my own switching. I might drive around on Halloween night or before Halloween, look at some of these Halloween decorations that are up. What I want to do too, I want to get two more magnetic rooftop mounts. That way when I do something like that, I can put 3 cameras on the roof. And I'll be able to switch from the forward camera, left camera, and right camera. So I can just drive down the streets, you know, and switch between the cameras and see the house, different decorations of the house. Yeah, when you have a magnetic mount, you can do just about anything, especially since the things are wireless. I'm on Blair Oaks. Not to be confused with Blair Witch. One thing that's kind of odd, you know, I look at my tablet and I see what's happening right now. But I've also got my phone mounted up here to my left, and it's showing me what YouTube is showing. And there is about, I don't know, 30 to 45 second delay what YouTube is seeing. So it's kind of weird. So I'm at a stop sign, I look at my phone and it shows me still driving. So when you hear me talking, I actually said it 45 seconds ago. Speaking of high schools, my grandson Jackson, he'll be starting high school next year. It seemed like he was just a baby not too long ago. I know the kids seem to grow up really fast. I was watching a Norm Macdonald thing the other day. Since he died, you know, I've been watching a lot of his old comedy stuff. And he was talking about kids. He was with David Letterman. And he says, they were talking about their kids. And he said, man, kids, he said, they grow up so slow. In reality, they grow up quick. Can't believe I got a kid that's almost, well, she is 41, yeah. Steven just turned 41, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I worry about the kids starting high school nowadays, I swear. All these schools keep going on lockdown because these stupid little kids keep calling in bomb threats and shit. You know, and it had the shooting, the kid that supposedly was being bullied to one high school and shot a teacher, and the guy supposedly he was bullying. Come to find out, Arlington police chief says there was no bullying going on. This kid is just a thug. 18 years old and he's still in high school, and he shot a freshman. He said the only proof they have, the only accusations of being bullied is from the parents. And of course, you know, they'll defend them to the death. You know, he's a little angel. Don't all kids carry guns to school? I just hope my son tells my grandson what the ramifications are if you do something stupid like that. It's not a game. You will go to jail. Wow, all the grandkids turning 40. Jeez. Well, Phil, let's see. In 2 years, all of our siblings will be in the 60s. You know, growing up, you know, I always wanted to be a teenager. So I finally became a teenager. Well, then I wanted to be 16 so I could get a driver's license. Then I wanted to be 18 so I could vote. You know, I wanted to be 21 so I could be legal to drink. Wanted to be 25 so my insurance would go down. And once you hit 25, there's no real reason to get any older. You know, until retirement. There's no other benefit. And of course, I got injured and basically retired when I was 55. Now here I am, you know, next birthday I'll be 65. I'm just about home now. Put it on a back seat camera so nobody can really see where I live. Yeah, my next door neighbor put up a new fence. Now it looks like I'm gonna have to replace mine to match his, because mine is in pretty bad shape. I had that thing built in '96 and it's getting pretty rickety. And I don't want a rent house to look better than my house. All right, guys, I'm home now. Yeah, Steve, when you retire, I'll tell you what, you know, don't sit around and do nothing. Stay busy. You know, I stayed busy. I went, after 3 years of recuperating from my injuries, first thing I did was join the Citizen Patrol. Well, I went to the Citizen Police Academy. And then from there, I was offered a position to help start the Citizen Patrol unit. So I spent 4 years working with the Citizen Patrol, getting it all organized, getting it up and running, and then which kept me occupied. Staying at home will drive you crazy. And of course, my wife got sick a little over 2 years ago, and I dedicated all my time to her. And when she passed away in May, you know, going through the mourning, grieving and mourning process, you know, basically just being a hermit, you know, and I feel like I'm starting to come out of that now. And so I want to get these videos going, keep myself busy, because if I just sit at home and think about it, it'll drive you crazy. All right, well, I'm going to sign off for now. I appreciate you guys riding along with me. And we'll talk to you later.